Welcome to the Crypto Rainn channel. I'm your host, Jay Murph. Now, many of you are new subscribers to my channel, and you weren't here with us 3 months ago when the market started to correct. And many were calling this the end of the bull run, and we were beginning the 3-year bear market. Now, if you're brand new to crypto, you might not know this, but the Bitcoin cryptocurrency cycle tends to run in a 4-year cycle, with the year after the Bitcoin halving going parabolic, and then it crashes down and enters a 2.5-year bear market. Some say a 3-year bear market, but it's about 2.5 years. And we had this early run in this year. Usually it happens much later in this year. And 2017, it didn't really do this, but 4 years prior to that, in 2013, it had an early run, just like we experienced early this year. And prices took off tremendously, or what felt like tremendously. And then they pulled back tremendously as well. Now, if you look back to the graph of 2013 in Bitcoin, you will see that this exact same thing happened with an early year run as well as big pullback. Now, when this big pullback happened, many people said, the 3-year bear market is starting. This is the end. And I said, well, there is a chance that that's the case. And I would give it first I gave it an 8% chance. And later, as I watched and observed how things were going on, I said it's a 6% chance that that's going to end up playing out, and that there's a 94% chance that we are going to repeat some of the things that happened in 2013, including an early year run, followed by likely a later year run, which could extend into early next year. And what are we starting to see the beginnings of? We're starting to see the beginnings of some very exciting things. And I wanted to share with you my screen, and look at what Cardano is doing. Now, we talked about Cardano the other day, and I like W patterns. Now, what's interesting about W patterns is usually this second leg is higher than this lane, and technically it is, with this going down all the way to $1 and this going to $1. Technically, this did go higher. Excuse me, this side did go higher than this side. And now it's just gone vertical here. Why? Well, we're getting close to the Cardano hard fork, or the Alonzo, I guess the remaining part of the Alonzo hard fork that will complete the Goguen area, which will give us smart contracts on Cardano. And this is what we have been waiting for 5 years with Cardano, and we are almost there. And my guess is, in the lead up to this, that we shoot up maybe even as much as $6 in the next 6 weeks. So that would be about a 4x from here, and we have seen it take off. Now, I know many of my audience, when it was retracing around here, and I was like, Cardano is at such an attractive price. I know it's really hard to buy when things are down. And as somebody who's not a financial advisor, I can't tell you to buy. Can't tell you what to sell. I can't tell you what to buy. I can only share with you what I'm buying, what prices I'm buying at. Then you have to make your own decisions. By all means, don't just follow exactly what I do. I just share with you how I think about things, what I'm buying, what I'm doing, because I've been very successful at crypto investing. Now, I'm not new to investing. I had 20 years experience prior to crypto, and I've been in crypto for 4 years now. And by all means, 4 years is not a lot of time. And at first, I made many of the disastrous mistakes many people make. And I say you're always bad before you're good, because it's true. Now, if you had 20 years experience investing prior to this, it helps you learn these from your mistakes much quicker. And so already this bull run, which started about a year ago, has created life-changing wealth for me, because during the bear market, I bought like crazy. Even though in 2017, when I made such terrific gains, I didn't sell any of it, and I rode it all the way to the bottom. And I won't be making that mistake again. I did use the bear market to stock up, and so already it's done pretty good, but I think we have so much ahead of us in the coming number of months, and I think we're seeing it, and you're starting to feel it, aren't you? Well, where are we going from here? Well, some exciting things. Now, some of the projects I've been covering are Cardano, one of my favorite. It's actually my largest altcoin holding. Second to that, the Cardano ecosystem has been really interesting to me. And there's a project that launched not too long ago called Iagon, and it dropped all the way down. And I didn't verify this, but people told me this is essentially what the pre-sale price was at 4 cents, and it dropped all the way down to there. And now it just exploded and took off. And then I want to share with you another one that I've been covering a lot, and that is Spores. Both of these are in the Cardano ecosystem. Spores is an NFT play that will have, you'll be able to mint NFTs, and they also work with some artists that are going to mint their NFTs, but you'll also be able to mint NFTs, buy and sell NFTs on their marketplace. And they're making a lot of other partnerships that will be big that I don't think I can share with, that the team shared with us on a call, but they want to be the ones to make those announcements. So there's lots of big things coming with Spores. And so I know we talked about it when it was down here, and I was like really excited that the price was way down. Now, this is also forming this W pattern I talk about. And so we're seeing this. Notice that the second leg is higher than this, so it has a higher low. Then it takes off. Now, what often happens here? Often does this. Not always. Now, sometimes when it does this, it comes all the way down to this level here and then goes up. I don't know what to expect on this because we don't have a lot of history prior to this. But watch for that. So I know some people miss their entries, and if this is something interesting to you and you're thinking about it, now watch for that. I don't know if it'll happen. It doesn't always happen. It just often happens. So what else is going on in the crypto space? A lot, and I have a lot to share with you. I'm really excited about the play to earn gaming side coming to fruition. Axie Infinity has led that charge, and congratulations to the Axie team, what they put together. They started 3 years ago, and they had to, they were real pioneers in the space, and I imagine it was extremely hard their first year because they essentially launched right at the end of the previous bull market, and a lot of their stuff they launched in the bear market. And they had to push through against a lot of opposition. They really paved a road so that people now understand this space and can excuse me, let me go back here, can make something happen in the play to earn gaming space. There's another project I look forward to talking about, Illuvium, and I'll be talking with them this next week. Kieran Warwick, their CEO and one of the co-founders, he'll be joining us to share more on Illuvium. I really like what this project is doing. Now, if you're familiar with Axie Infinity, you know that to get started, you have to buy 3 Axies, which can cost you as much as 1 ETH to 1.5 ETH to get a mediocre team. To get a really good team, you might be looking at 3 ETH, and with the price of Ethereum, that might be $10,000. So that's a big entry price, but my understanding of Illuvium is you'll be able to get started for free and actually go out and start earning things. And so when their game launches, I'm excited about that. I still think that as much as we might have meteoric bull run coming, and I think we do, that after the meteoric bull run, we will have a bear market again. Now, could be the case that the people that say it's not going to happen this time are right. I don't think they will be right, but it could be the case. If there is a big bear market after this, which there always has been, what's going to be fun to do during that time? Well, hopefully you've taken some profits on the way up so that you're cash rich for the bear market that follows, because that makes the bear market so much more fun when you've harvested a bunch of gains and you have cash flow or cash sitting on the side ready to deploy when things are down. Secondly, what else will be entertaining during this space? My guess is play to earn games will be entertaining during this space and fun to do, because if you weren't here through the bull market of 2019, 2020, it gets boring and you need something fun to keep your mind on. So I'm looking at these play to earn games as a fun thing to do during the bear market. I don't know about holding their token. I have no idea how that will perform during the bear market. If everybody like me is having fun playing them, well, then maybe their tokens will do well. But it would be a great way to earn some things. I do think on this game Illuvium, there's some things that I suspect are going to do really well in the long term, having to do with their creatures that you can capture and put onto your team, and they have some things that will make those scarce over time, especially some of the early release ones that are popular. And I'm looking forward to that, and I love that any of you, from my understanding of the game, any of you can get started without a big upfront cost in order to play it and earn some stuff in the game. That should be a lot of fun. Now, in this channel, I talk a lot about investing, but I also talk about value and where it is in, projects and how to look at them and how to analyze them and break them down. And a big part of what I will also be speaking about is the gaming side. And the reason is because blockchain is going to transform gaming. There is so much money in there. Now, so the gaming side for two reasons. Number one, I'm totally an internet nerd. I love a good video game. I love it. Always have. And that's totally cool. Secondly, there's so much money in gaming, and blockchain will bring so much money to blockchain gaming that the investor side of me gets to match up with the nerd side of me and have a great time with this. And maybe some of you have inner nerds too and want to join me on that. Overall, I thank you for subscribing to my channel and joining us on this journey. I know many of you are going to do exceptionally well. I try to share these principles with you as I understand them because they've made me very successful so far. Not at first, made a lot of mistakes, and I had to get those out of the way so that I could learn to do things better. And that's okay, it's just part of the learning curve. Perhaps you've gone through the same thing. That's right, you're here. These principles I talk about, they're not from me. They're from people that are smarter than me that shared these principles with me. And I'm just doing what they shared with me, and it works tremendously well. And I thank you for joining me, and we will see you next time. I've got this song for all of you. This is a rap song I had done for all you rainmakers. Rainmakers are those that are here to make it rain for your future, and you're committing to the 5-year journey. That's the rest of this bull run, which there's some left. My guess is right. There's a really strong chance that that's the case, and that it's going to go meteoric from here. Then it's going to crash down. And then there's going to be a long bear market, which is okay. That's the time to be stocking up when everything is cheap. And then the bull run after that will again be very exciting. So join us for the 5 years. It increases your chances of getting life-changing wealth here tremendously. You're going to be around for 5 years anyway. Why not stick close to this and make life-changing wealth for yourself? Now, all of you won't make it because some of you won't pick up these lessons. You'll FOMO in and you'll get scared and sell. Now, everyone does that, and some people have to do it a little bit more before they learn. And so give yourself enough room and be patient enough with yourself that you can notice when you do things wrong so that you can correct it and not do them wrong the next time. Because what happens is a lot of people I knew from 2017 made a lot of mistakes. They didn't take cash out at the top. They watched it all crash, and they just left the space. And I call that $1 million plus mistake. And I hope many of you don't make that mistake, that even if you don't take profits on this, you watch it crash all down. I hope you stay with us during the bear market. Now, with this bull run, I'm financially set. I don't need to do this channel. I'm here to do this channel to share these principles with you as a way of paying it forward. If you commit to this 5 years, I'll commit to the 5 years too, and we'll be around for those 5 years. I am going to add a members portion to this for those of you who want some extra value. The starting price for membership will be $5 a month. I made it as cheap as I could so that anyone can join for the membership, and I'll be able to add some extra value for you members. For those of you who want more of my time, there will be some upgraded memberships from that are higher, but you will be able to join me more often on Discord and other things, and I will get to your questions always first. Thank you so much. We're going to take it away with the Rainmaker song developed by Charlie, but remastered by one of our subscribers, and he's working on an additional remastered version that I'm really excited to listen to. All right.
Came into the space chasing all of the gains, chasing the pumps and all of the hype trains. But like in life, you buy before you're good. Was taught to buy when it was pouring like a rainmaker should. I buy when it's down, don't chase the boats that I miss. Cause I always make the time in mind. I sit the one out cause I'm patient like that. And I'll wait for the right time. I sell when it's high, I buy when it's low. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm just a rainmaker running the show. Calculated investments, I don't lead with my heart. The principles are simple, they're leaving a mark. Buy when it's boring, just gotta be smart. I sell when it's hype, like all the channels they pump it. That's when I was selling, go parabolic and dump it. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm a rainmaker, making my own start. I'm with the future, learning the past. Makes the time fly by, years going so fast. The game plan is mine,